Well, things are looking great for the economy here in West Michigan. Business is booming. Take a look at this graph from GVSU. West Michigan is seeing some of the biggest gains in job growth in the entire country over the last few years. I spoke with Brian Long, a business expert from Grand Valley, this afternoon to learn the reasoning behind the upward trend. So based on your study, you seem to think that the indicators in this area show that we're stronger than even what the nation is showing as far as employment and economic stability.
Indeed, we are stronger than either the nation or the state. Our unemployment rates are running lower. Our statistics of new business coming into the area and the business that our existing companies are picking up, many of our companies right now are at full capacity.
Why do you think that is? Why here?
Well, I have to believe two things. First of all, there is the concept of reshoring. Most of the growth that we've had in the area is in automotive, and of course we're aware a lot of those jobs went to other countries a few years ago. A lot of those are coming back. Our companies here locally can go toe-to-toe with any companies in the world in terms of price and quality. Now, they weren't able to do that a few years ago, but they are able to do it now, and that's why we see the growth and the decline in unemployment the way we have.
What do you think we need to be watching, or even who do we need to be watching to see how things are going with our own growth? I know you had mentioned in your report that China has a big impact on what happens here in West Michigan.
Yes, it does, because once again, we live in a world economy, and China is our third best customer in the world here. A lot of people don't know it, but there's a lot of auto parts that are built right here in Michigan that go to Japan and go to China. And if things go wrong in China, unfortunately, we're going to start to feel that here. I don't think bad enough to drag us into another recession, but it's certainly going to slow us down, and that's why we have to keep an eye on China as well as Western Europe and the other markets around the world.
And China is showing signs of strength, or are they weakening a little bit in that arena?
They are weakening. Despite what the government over there tells us, regrettably, they are weakening, particularly in the manufacturing sector. And that's what worries me right now, because they will drag the rest of the world down to a certain extent because they are the second largest economy in the world.
So from your perspective, do you think we're going to see the strength continue for a while, at least through the summer?
At least through the summer, we have enough momentum to carry us. Even if something went wrong in China and they started to show some very negative numbers, it would take quite a while before we would start to feel the pinch. And once again, we don't know how much of a pinch we're going to feel, because the economy in the United States is stronger than it is in China, stronger than it is in Europe.
Okay. Brian Long, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate your insight into the economic perspectives in West Michigan, and hopefully we'll continue to see that growth.
My pleasure. Pleasure to be with you.
Thanks.